Welcome back to In Demand Nail Studio. So this is going to be a long video, guys, but get ready. So this is my client. She is 4.5 weeks out from a fill-in and trying desperately to hide this. I don't know why, but she definitely wanted to hide it. It's okay, we're going to take care of it. So we're going to start by removing her polish and removing any lifting from the natural nail. And the bit that I am using is from Atwood Industries. I can't remember which one this is because I ordered like 6 at one time, but I call it Zippity Doo Dah. And when I tell you, as you can see, it is zipping away any additional product that I don't need. And if I use a light enough touch, I can actually use it to prepare her natural nails as well for the fill-in. You can see here me pushing back the cuticles and removing any dead tissue from the nail plate. And as you can see, the lifted product is actually a different color than the product that is still attached to the natural nail plate. So I can actually tell the difference just by looking at the color of the product. And of course, once I start filing on it, you can definitely see it like here, and that little piece just came right off. And now I'm going to blend the product down to the natural nail. Y'all, please excuse my hands because, oh my gosh, I've been moving. It's been so much going on in my life. Life has just been lifing. So I really haven't had time to take care of myself. But of course, y'all know I always got time to take care of my clients. This young lady is one of my regulars. We've been together for several years. It's always a party when I do her nails. Lots of junk talking and just having fun. So we switched hands and now I'm working on this pinky. So here's the thing about this pinky. She lifted it really bad. She actually lifted it and it broke off. The nail plate broke in half in the middle of the nail bed. And so what I'm doing now, she's just been gluing it back down until she got back to me. So I filed it down. You'll see me work on it for quite a while because there was a lot of glue. So we got to get all of that glue and all of that product that is glued down off of there and apply some fresh product. So you'll be able to see the break in the nail plate about here. And I mean, it's bad, y'all. She just been gluing it back like over and over and over. So it's horrible. So when I'm removing lifted product, you guys, I actually use my drill or my electric file to carve out a little trench in the product right where the lifted product meets the product that is still connected. You'll see me carve out like a little trench and then I can just break that piece of acrylic off with my finger or with the electric file. And this finger here, I believe, is pretty bad, to say the least. So you'll see me work on this one for a minute as far as getting off any lifted product. And this one is lifted pretty far. I believe this one also is broken across the nail plate. So as you can see, the little trench there, And when I get it down so far, I can flick it off with my finger, just like that. And then I want to make sure that I have any lifted product off of that nail plate. We don't want that lifted product on there. So as I take it down, you can actually, it's going to reveal right where that nail plate is cracked at. If that's a nail, I might be wrong. Oh, it's this finger, guys. It's this finger. So you can see it coming off pretty easily. And there we are about to see where that crack is in her natural nail. And it's fine. We could have soaked these off, but she wasn't ready for a soak off. So it's fine. It's an extensive fill-in. We're going to go in and correct any issues that she's having. She is a regular client, not a chair hopper, so I don't have to worry about working over somebody else's work. I know that if that nail breaks, she is coming to me. So I don't really have a problem fixing where she's told me, you know, she's glued something back down. It's not an issue. And again, just using that electric file to prep the natural nail for the fill-in. Look at all that dust. Ugh, it's horrible. But it makes a difference. If you have this much filings left when you finish your fill-in, you have applied way too much product. So here we're just picking out her color. She likes a glitter pink acrylic. And this is my Young Nail Swipe that I'm using to wipe off the nail plate. She is a heavy makeup wearer, so usually these are pretty muddy. Like that. Eek. But it's makeup, y'all. It's not dirt. But you definitely want to get all that makeup off because makeup is oil-based, so it will have an adverse reaction to the adhesion of the product. We're going to go ahead and measure these tips. These tips are from TulipRealDeal.com. I love them. They are the XXX narrow square tips. We're going to get it sized up so that it matches all of the other nails, and go back in and blend that nail down. Now, the thing that I didn't show you guys is that nail actually grows crooked. That particular finger grows crooked. And so I put the nail on crooked, and you see she broke that little piece off. Oh my gosh. I put the nail on crooked so that it appears straight. So here you can see how bad that pinky is. We have grown it out to that far because it broke way far up the nail plate, but it's grown back. So it's good to go. So we're going to clean it off and prep it, add a tip to it. We're going to also blend that tip. And the spray that you see me spraying is called Hurry Up and Dry. It's just a glue dryer. We're going to get those tips in shape. I can't talk today. I don't know what's going on. And of course, I'm going to go back once I get those tips in shape and wipe all of those back down because of dust. And dust has an adverse reaction to adhesion of your product. So prep is very important. So here I'm using my Kolinsky number 16 brush. Usually for fill-ins I use a 14, but I grabbed my 16, so that's what we're going with today. That brush is by Kiara Sky, and it is $30 or more. Kiara Sky is kind of expensive, but you guys, you get what you pay for. I love the brush. I have no complaints. And there you saw me add my primer. And here we are going to go in with our first bead of acrylic. And lays like butter. I mean, not a lot of work. Move on to the next nail. So here's that nail that we completely replaced. One of these I'm going to purposely let cure and leave a big line of demarcation. I believe, yeah, that one. And show you guys how to blend that out. So here's that little pinky. I'm going to go back in with my swipe. You can never be too careful. So I'm going to go ahead with my swipe and dehydrate all of those nails again before I start laying my product. And of course, primer, because why not? I always go pinky to thumb. I'm always curious as to what other people do, but pinky to thumb is my go-to. If you guys do a different way, let me know. I'm interested. It's just a normal fill-in, not a lot to explain, guys. You see me cleaning up the sides and the lateral folds with my nail brush while that product is still pliable. Don't play with it too much. This is one of those crooked nails you guys could kind of see before I put the acrylic on. It's kind of crooked, but we use the acrylic to build it out and make it straight again. Now, I know you guys are probably like, why would you straighten the nail out? Well, because for aesthetics, to mean that it looks aesthetically pleasing to her eyes when she sees it. It doesn't have to look crooked. It is and will grow back out crooked, but that's when fill-ins and corrections are needed. So here we are. We're just going to blend in the new product that we put on with the old product that was left from the fill-in. We're going to shape those nails, and you can see the filings. That's about as much filings as you should have just from correcting a fill-in. You can also see how I pulled the lateral folds back with my index finger, and here I slowed it down like it's like 2 times slower than what I actually worked, apparently. So you can actually see my movements here with my electric file. I'm going under the nail to make sure there's no acrylic built up under there and to correct my C-curve. And like I said, with the lightest touch, you can definitely go around and blend that nail into the natural nail around the cuticle. Make sure it is flush. There shouldn't be any humps or bumps. When I work, I tend to use all of my senses. As you can see, I always go over it with my thumb because I want to make sure I have a smooth blend and no humps or bumps. You can see how I really use my index finger to pull that lateral wall down, or that lateral fold back, so that I can slide my electric file right into that spot between the skin and the nail plate and make sure it is very flush and very thin. You guys, over filing is a thing. So you see I'm not spending much time on each nail. That's because my application was good. You have to have a very good application because you don't want to over file. If you file and disturb the product too much, it will lift. So you can see how I'm turning her finger here and holding my drill at an angle so that I can get right in that lateral fold as close as I can to the skin without nicking her or digging into my new acrylic. And I feel like this goes without saying, and I don't have to say this, but I am, for the people in the comments, there is glitter in this acrylic, you guys. So those little dots that you see is glitter. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but I know somebody will come for me in the comments. Here you can really see where I can get in very close with my electric file around the cuticle and the lateral folds of the nail, or the side walls. So to this hand, what we're going to do now is just go in on the sidewalls or the lateral folds of the nail and make sure there is no acrylic connection to the skin. And I'm also just cleaning up the shape of the nails as well. I'm a stickler for non-wide nails. Your nail enhancement should look like a natural extension unless you choose a different shape. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. There are some wild shapes out there I'm not really down with, but you know, it's always what the customer wants. For the most part, I try to make sure that the nails are natural looking, regardless of what's on them. Here I'm using my hand file just to take down the sides of what I felt was a little bit high, and I just wanted to correct that. Didn't need to pull back out the electric file for that. I could take that down by hand. And again, this is 2 times slowed down, so yeah, it wasn't this slow. So this finger, I usually have issues with. This finger grows crooked. I think I mentioned that before. This finger grows crooked, so I put the tip on crooked to make it appear straight to her. So I had to look at it and make sure it was, you know, headed in the right direction, so to speak. This is that nail that I left with the intentional line so that you could see me blend it out. And here's me blending it out. Now this can also be done with the electric file, but I chose to do it with my hand file. Y'all please excuse my hands. Oh my gosh, my hands look horrible. And you've seen a little bit of filings. So it's design time, y'all, and she chose this V-cut French. And on the pinky, we had started with the old-fashioned French, and then I remember that she said she wanted the V-cut French. So because my gel polish was not cured, I was able to just go back in and wipe that off with some swipe and start back over. I'm using my Wildflower striping brush. I can't remember which one that is, but it came in a kit, a little tin of like 6. And I love those brushes. Can't remember the name of the polish that we're using, but it is by The Gel Bottle. The Gel Bottle, I love them. They are my favorite polish line next to Color Club. The Gel Bottle, the colors are so concentrated. This is after 1 coat. And you guys will see, I'm going to wipe that off again. just because of adhesion and having smooth polish, right? So you'll see after one coat, I'll go back in with a second coat and you'll see the saturation of the color. Like, it's a beautiful color. And again, she is a glitter girly, so she loves all things glitter. Here's that second coat. You guys can see what I mean here. The glitter really pops in the second coat. If I keep it in frame. And here's Kira. She had just gotten her nails done for her birthday. She is the braider in the salon and she wanted to be on the video. So those were her birthday nails. We had just done them right before this client. So y'all take a minute and say hey to Kira. Here's a second coat on the other hand. And we're gonna start the design part now. So she wanted cheetah print. So here I am just laying out my colors on my palette. This is Art Deco by the Gel Bottle. I know that because it's my favorite of their colors. And then this is also just black. So I'm just taking my dotting tool, can't talk today, taking my dotting tool and just putting some random little blobs wherever. This is going to end up being cheetah print. Same thing on the thumb, some dots of that Art Deco in random places. And then we're gonna cure it. There is no wrong or right way to do cheetah. It really is like a lot of random little blobs and then you just outline them. So it's not a very hard design. And we're gonna cure this hand and go back to the other one. And start with the black outline. Same thing, black gel polish, putting some little dots around the blobs. And then I'm filling in all that naked space with just some little black blobs. Because if you look at a cheetah, they have like just black areas. But for design purposes, we change it up a little. We're gonna cure this hand and top coat it. This is the Gel Bottle Extreme Shine top coat. This is the only top coat that I use. I love it. And rehydrate her with some cuticle oil. And that's the finished product, guys. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. Have a great day.